The grandeur of royalty often blinds the public to the turbulent undercurrents that sometimes ripple through palace walls. In Denmark, where grace and protocol are deeply embedded in the very fabric of royal life, a storm has erupted that few saw coming. The eyes of an entire nation, and indeed, the world, have turned toward the Danish royal family as a once unbreakable bond between brothers begins to unravel in plain sight. King Frederik X, newly seated on the throne with the weight of centuries behind him, and his younger brother, Prince Joachim, once a trusted and cherished member of the same noble lineage, are now locked in a silent but powerful struggle that has left Queen Mary and Queen Margrethe grappling with a reality more complex than any fairy tale ever told. It began with whispers, murmurs in corridors too dignified to host drama, and glances exchanged across royal banquets that told of a deeper disconnect. King Frederik, tasked with modernizing a centuries-old institution, stepped into his role with the steady grace inherited from Queen Margrethe II, who stunned the world with her abdication earlier in the year. Yet what the world didn't see was the slow-burning tension that had simmered beneath this regal transition. Prince Joachim, long relegated to the shadows of public life and moved to a diplomatic post abroad, reportedly carried a growing sense of resentment. Many insiders have pointed to decisions made by Queen Margrethe herself in recent years, decisions that stripped Joachim's children of their royal titles, as the spark that may have ignited this family fire. The move was said to be part of a broader effort to streamline the monarchy. But the human cost was significant. Joachim, visibly shaken in interviews, spoke openly about the pain his children felt, thrust from prince and princess status into a murky, lesser-known royal standing. And though Queen Margrethe insisted it was for their benefit, to give them lives free from the burden of monarchy, the wound was already deep. At the time, King Frederik remained publicly supportive of his mother's reforms. Privately, however, sources now suggest that he was deeply conflicted, torn between allegiance to his brother and loyalty to the crown he was soon to inherit. The result was a quiet fracture within the royal family, one that deepened as the spotlight moved away from Queen Margrethe and onto her sons. When Frederik officially became king, the family smiled together for the cameras. But behind the scenes, there was strain. Joachim and his wife, Princess Marie, were noticeably absent from many of the key ceremonies that welcomed Frederik and Mary into their new roles. Speculation grew. Had Joachim felt deliberately excluded? Was there a power struggle brewing? Then came the leaks, confidential details, whispered by palace insiders to carefully chosen members of the press. These weren't ordinary reports. They spoke of irreconcilable differences, of long phone calls that ended abruptly, of Queen Mary caught in the middle of a sibling rivalry that was never meant to be public. The Danish press, known for its respectful treatment of the royal family, found itself chasing an uncomfortable truth. What happened to the unity once shown by Frederik and Joachim, the brothers who once appeared arm in arm, unified in duty and blood? Some blame ambition, others blame years of perceived favoritism within the royal household. Still others point to the very nature of monarchy, that it must choose one heir and leave the rest to redefine themselves in lives of lesser spotlight and fragmented identity. Prince Joachim's move to France, and later to Washington, D.C., was hailed as a fresh start. But it also widened the emotional distance between him and his homeland. Rumors now suggest that he felt increasingly like a prince in exile, expected to represent Denmark abroad while being slowly erased from its royal narrative. Meanwhile, Queen Mary, ever the poised consort and now Queen of Denmark, has found herself in a deeply difficult position. As both wife to King Frederik and sister-in-law to Prince Joachim, she has reportedly been a silent mediator in this growing rift. Her efforts to bring the family together have been praised privately, but ultimately, they may not be enough. Her own image has been subjected to increased scrutiny. Was she supportive enough of Joachim's children? Did she stand too firmly by the decisions that caused him pain? Then there's Queen Margrethe, whose decision to abdicate at age 83 stunned not just Denmark, but the global royal landscape. Her abdication, though welcomed by some, also marked a significant shift. Some insiders now suggest that she left the throne not only due to age or health but because of the unmanageable tension building within her family. Sources close to the royal court claim that Queen Margrethe had grown weary, not just physically, but emotionally, of the battles she could no longer mediate. And so, Denmark finds itself watching a family drama unfold in real time. One that blends honor with heartbreak, duty with disappointment. The people who once symbolized Danish unity and stability are now seen navigating a maze of human emotions, jealousy, betrayal, frustration, and sorrow. It is a sobering reminder that behind the silk curtains and state dinners, royal families are still families, flawed, fractured, and often forced to perform unity even when it's lost. International royal commentators have begun drawing comparisons with other monarchies, the British, the Spanish, even the Dutch, where family rifts have made headlines. But Denmark's situation feels particularly raw, perhaps because its monarchy has long prided itself on quiet dignity, staying above tabloid-style scandals. That illusion is now broken. Public reaction has ranged from shocked dismay to fervent support for both sides. Some citizens voice concern that Joachim is being unfairly marginalized. Others argue that King Frederik is doing what is necessary for a modern monarchy to survive. The royal palace has yet to release a formal statement addressing the leaks, the growing feud, or the emotional toll this has taken on the family. And perhaps they never will. In true royal fashion, much of the real story remains hidden behind closed doors. But what is certain is that this controversy has ignited a national conversation, not just about Frederik and Joachim, but about what modern royalty should look like in the 21st century. Can a monarchy still function if it leaves behind those it deems non-essential? Can blood ties withstand the brutal reality of crown succession? As the weeks go on, more revelations are likely to surface. Quiet meetings may be taking place. Letters may be exchanged. Apologies, if offered, may never be made public. But the damage has been done. The image of a harmonious Danish royal family has been cracked. And whether it can ever be repaired remains to be seen. All eyes are now on King Frederik, not just as a monarch, but as a brother, a son, a father. How he chooses to lead in this moment may define his reign far more than any ceremonial crown or constitutional duty. In the end, what began as a family disagreement has become a defining test of the Danish monarchy's future. Can it endure not just in tradition, but in truth? Or will the pressures of public life continue to unravel what was once held together by nothing more than loyalty, love, and lineage? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the bell icon for more powerful royal stories and behind-the-scenes drama. This is one royal saga that's far from over, so stay tuned. What do you believe truly tore the Danish royal brothers apart, and can anything mend it again?